It's just as Green said. The stairway to heaven is always moving. I figured I was on the first step when I heard the cat in the diner. I was headed to a little city in Michigan. I know. Orange Splice in the field? Shouldn't you be behind a desk at the commission signing off on quarterlies? But in some cases, I can't help myself. I can tell you that Red's disciplinary report, it's gonna have a lot of orange in it. So this little city in Michigan, an industrial husk of a place, full of slick palms and the poor souls wriggling between their fingers. I packed my bag and blew the joint. I slept in my rumbling hatchback on the way, and I ate and bathed as the great American trucker does. As I crested the overpass bend on the final leg of the drive, I saw a city blooming with rot. Squat brick piles wheezing into the streets, oily sunlight, cars bleeding rust into the earth. Plumes of gray hovered over the place like cotton soaked with kerosene. One little spark, and the whole thing could blow. Maybe we'd all be better off if it did. Maybe we're better off forgetting places like this, scooping out what little's worth saving and dumping the rest, writing them off as a loss. Another failure in the long lineage of midwestern decline. Or maybe it's not that simple. I wasn't going to Daryll to set it ablaze after all. I was being led there for something else. And so I rode up through the boiling roadkill highways of Ulster County, past towns so small you could hear every single prayer on a quiet night, by antique malls decked with the heraldry of genocide, under billboards letting you know you're fucked before you even get there. Hell is real. It's about 25 miles that way. I was going up there to find Olivia, and now designated Jasmine Control by the department. First saw her face on a milk carton. I didn't even know they still did that. Maybe they don't. I slid downstairs that morning in a haze. A little box of strawberry milk I'd bought from the grocer in my hand. The milk itself didn't last long. I turned the empty carton over in my hand, then unfolded and tore open the bottom. I held it to my ear and listened for the ocean. I heard through and beyond the carton, through my wall and the early pink light outside, through misty pines and hundreds of miles of big, flat nothing. Through and before my life. And after, too. And into a hip spot in Dearland. A coffee shop in the corner that used to be 3 apartments. The tip jar on the counter was a glass milk jug filled with quarters and crumpled singles. And taped to the side was a photo. And one word. Missing. Olivia. I exited the highway on the right. Tires sizzling down the griddle-hot blacktop of the narrow streets of Dearland, Michigan. I'd need somewhere to stay in this weather. Cruised a while and found a place overlooking a decaying mall. Hotel 7. One better than Motel 6, the owner assured me through a push-broom mustache. One worse than Super 8, I thought. Next, I needed food. I was wading through thick waves of exhaustion by then, rolling slowly but surely onward, bowled over by the blindfolds and needles of fate. On the way to my room, I stepped into a corridor, dripping with window unit condensation and lined with posters. Missing. A face repeated in 9 squares. I shook my head and stared deep into the paper. Girl missing. I got caught on the origin of the word. Germanic. Maybe Dutch? Gone. Disappeared. Vanished, typically without a trace, to be absent in absentia. Guilt without a face. And death without a body. Holes in the ground. Gaps in memory. The girl on the flyer opened her mouth and said something I couldn't hear. Her breath caught in the humid air. suspended green in the neon glow overhead. I fumbled with my lighter in my pocket. I flicked it on and patted my coat pockets. No pack. I hadn't smoked in 2 years. That'd change soon. High above, rising over the fire escape and ascending into the sick, bruised sky, I saw 2 glowing spheres. The kid's breath vanished. And so did I. Once again back at my kitchen table, soggy milk carton in my hand. If you were in my place, Green, what would you have done with your life? If you saw what was coming? Dive head first or take a dive? Dearland or Des Moines? After that vision, I made the choice quicker than I'd like to admit. I dove, deep and breathless, into the variant night. Wait, let me back up. I'll tell you how it happened chronologically, ontologically, not how my brain stitched it together. See, in my head, I had already been to Dearland via milky astral lanes. I already tried the coffee and divined the lines in the sidewalk. I was 3 days out of myself. Psychic lag. Pages colored in without lines. I would be there in 3 days' time. I would seek out Olivia, this missing girl, and a creeping feeling told me there'd be more to it than that. More departmental business. Which meant more paperwork. Figured I might as well get packing. I was in for a long night.
Jasmine looked around the Jeep, trying to center herself. She was lightheaded, dizzy. She couldn't tell if it was a side effect of the binding agonist, or if the situation was just too much for her mind to handle. A psionic nausea.
Ugh, is this how Green felt all the time?
It was not.
Look, Jasmine, you don't know me, but I'm going to help you however I can from the wire. I used to work for the department as well, assigned name Ash Chorus. Stationed with the Dead Letter Office, then the Division of Fictobiology. I've been sort of telling your story for you, as strange as that sounds. I may have gotten a few things wrong, but I think I captured the heart of it. And I will continue to do so. I only ask one thing of you and recommend another. Do not mention me to anyone, and do not tell the others what you've done.
Dude, who are you talking to?
Oh, it's just my mom, making sure we got here okay. You know how she is.
I guess. We met a couple times, right? Whatever, we're almost at the clearing. This is gonna be epic.
Yeah, epic. Hold on. What the hell is going on? How do I get back to my time?
I'm uncertain. What I do know is this. You're in a memory, not in the past. For the time being, dispense with any theorizing and stick to what we know for sure. You, Jasmine, are in a memory from a little over 10 years ago. And that goo you drank that let you do this has worn off. Now you can't get out, a jaunt gone wrong. And you're just gonna have to live through this memory however long that lasts.
I guess that's why it was Scarlet's last resort when I was being chased. But still, she was dying. I had to do something.
I know. Keep your phone with you. And hold it to your ear if you need to talk to me. I'll help however I can in my limited capacity. Now, hang up. You've been on the line too long and Scarlet's getting suspicious.
Okay. How did they know all that?
The simplest explanation was that Ash Chorus was not real. They were as much a phantasm as this place, this metastatic memory structure, like the larks, the butterflies, Bigfoot.
You're fictobiological. Sterling would have a heart attack. Wait, so you're like a cryptid or something? Can you tell me if Nessie's real?
In a sense, Olivia was right, but now was not the time to speak with the air. Her compatriots were growing concerned.
Fine, I'll stop talking to the first fictional person I've ever heard. Normal world.
Olivia recalled the advice of her father. The best way out is through. All she needed to do was live through this moment. This wasn't the past, and she had no way of altering what happened here. The only thing that could change was her mind.
Is she good? She's muttering and looks like she's gonna hurl.
Yeah, I'm fine. Do you have anything to drink?
Cha! Dig this.
Scarlet, that is, Alex, snagged the can and cracked it open, taking a long sip before handing it to Jasmine and wiping the foam from her mouth.
I hope you like the bitter stuff.
It was not the bitter stuff.
Ugh, I was thinking more like water or Gatorade. Hey, wait, you're 18. I mean, we're 18. And we're in a car with open containers. This is bad.
Calm yourself, Liv. It's fine. We're basically in college now. Have you seriously never had a beer?
I mean, I have. I like wine more, but...
Man, you're like 30 years old. Just let loose and enjoy the night. What, are you going to tell my mom I brought some weed too? Jesus.
Yeah, you are kind of harsh in the mood here, Ollie.
Whatever. But if we're going to do nicknames, can you not call me Ollie?
Yeah, like who even is Ollie? How about Livia? Via?
Vita means life.
How about this? We're going out in the woods. We're drinking illegally, and I assume trespassing, so what if we had, like, code names?
You remind me a lot of my cousin, Liv. He's 5. I don't know why we brought her. She just sometimes...
I'll be... My shirt's yellow, so I'll be Jasmine.
Aladdin. Sick.
You can be Violet, Nadia, because you love purple and black.
I do.
And Scarlet for Alex, because hair.
Rude? Fuck off. I dyed it for a reason, asshole.
Nah, dude, it's pure gold.
And you,
Fuckface.
No.
Fuckface killer.
I was thinking something like...
Vegeta?
What?
Nope.
No.
You could, just like, call me Daryll.
Ugh, never mind. I just thought it would be easier. Forget it.
The Jeep's tires crunched and spun gravel as the four sped down unpaved roads through the trees. Hung overhead were dark boughs, holding the high heat of the night in their leaves. A ranger station hoved into view not far ahead. A small pickup rumbled in the driveway, its headlights illuminating the forest beyond the trail.
Shit! Dump the open cans!
Daryll threw the remaining beers in the back seat. Alex nestled the cans at her feet and covered them with a blanket. She fished in her pocket for the worst joint ever rolled and stuffed it in her sock.
How are you folks doing tonight?
Do you need my license?
No, I'm not a police officer. I'm just here to make sure you guys stay safe.
Oh, yeah, dumb. Sorry about that, sir.
You wouldn't have any fireworks in there, would you? No sparklers or firecrackers? We've been having trouble with some rowdy teens lately. Almost started a forest fire last week. Wouldn't be you, would it?
No, not in here. We're not really firework people, you know?
And of course, you wouldn't have any illicit substances now, would you?
The ranger lifted her flashlight and shone it through the back windows. Alex winced and sat upright. Olivia put on a smile and waved. Nadia's eyes didn't leave her iPhone. The ranger looked vaguely familiar to Olivia, but she couldn't place why. The ranger pressed her hands against her forehead and inhaled sharply.
You okay, man?
Sorry, just a headache. Think we got a storm coming on with the humidity and all. Messing with my sinuses. All the pollen doesn't help any. I see you folks have a telescope. You all out here for the eclipse?
Yeah, we're looking for a place to set up the scope.
Gotcha. Well, the public gathering is back that way down the trail. You pass the parking lot about a mile back. About half a mile ahead, the trail's off limits after hours. Road's closed. So you folks ought to head back that way.
Oh, okay. Sweet. Thank you. We'll do that.
Enjoy the eclipse then. And watch out for rain.
Oh, we will. Thank you. We will for sure. I hate getting wet, so...
Huh. Alrighty then.
That was hella close.
Dude, I sweat through my shirt. Ugh.
We should probably drive back to the parking lot then, right?
No way, dude. We just had a clean getaway. We'll just have to find a place to ditch the Jeep. Guess it'll be on foot from here.
Says no entry.
Olivia, try to keep up. That's why we're going there? There's gonna be no one else around.
Don't be a narc, Liv. Oh, hey, is this the spot?
Gonna be kinda hard to see the eclipse from here, but whatever.
Nah, it's up ahead still. Down the trail and across the stream. Then we'll be at the clearing.
Cool. Come on, Nadia. Wanna, walk together? Or whatever?
Nadia had slipped on a pair of clunky headphones, nodding her head to some distorted guitars and guttural screams. A band of red spread across Alex's nose and cheeks.
Shh, whatever, dude. Come on, Liv. Let's go. You guys want a Slim Jim? Sour Patch Kids?
Slim Jim, anybody? I got Slim Jims here. 2 for $5 or 3 for $5 or 4 for $5.
So this is just outside of where again?
The DL, duh. I guess you don't live in town, so we're 20 minutes out from your place, 30 minutes from Ohio, and it is pure Michigan, baby.
I'm actually kind of excited for this.
Probably the beer talking.
I had one sip before we had to toss him.
I mean, it's cool and all. I'm mostly here for the hangs, though.
The weather's perfect for it. Clear sky, hot summer night. Where'd you get the telescope? I assume it's not yours, Alex.
Dude, it's your telescope. Are you sure we don't need to take you to urgent care or something?
Right. Her dad had bought it for her for her 16th birthday. Had her initials on the case.
OHM.
He set up a spot in the backyard for stargazing. She remembered the tall grass tickling her ankles, cicadas winding down their song in the cherry blossoms, condensation rolling down the side of a glass, the stray cat rubbing against her leg. She remembered the drawings of the constellations in her book.
Cygnus, Aquila, Heracles.
She had snapped one of the tripod's legs when he left. He stopped by and taped it back together while she was at school.
Oh, yeah, I didn't recognize it for some reason.
Nadia sat down first, reclining on her elbows and looking up through the sparse branches overhead. Olivia sat across from her on another blanket, and Daryll leaned against a wide trunk with a cold drink in hand.
Which one is that?
The constellation? I think the teapot? It might be part of Sagittarius.
It is.
Oh, is it? How would you even know?
Googled it. Duh.
Alex looked over the three of them, equations spinning around in her head as she tried to calculate whether it would be too obvious to sit next to Nadia. She would have liked to, but then Liv and Daryll would be like, "Hey, why didn't you take the empty blanket, you nerd?" And then maybe Nadia would be weirded out. But if she sat on the empty blanket, then Daryll would have to choose one person to share a blanket with. And what if he sat with her? And what if she didn't
Stop overthinking and go sit with Nadia.
Oh, yeah, totally. Sorry, I was thinking about basketball. Basketball? That's the kind of game I got.
Alex took her spot next to Nadia. She could hear Nadia's music bleeding through the foam pads of her headphones. Alex was sweating, but that was fine, right? It's hot out. People sweat. It's not like she was sitting that close to Nadia. Oh God, was she sitting weirdly far away? Like she was trying to avoid Nadia? Alex took a deep breath and scooted a little closer. Nadia paid no attention to this or to much of anything that Alex was doing. She was locked into the music. The crickets were humming in the tall grass nearby. Spiders dangled and spun in their branches. Tadpoles darted down a trickling stream. All was quiet for a moment.
Wonder if it's about to happen.
It's uber dark out here.
Yeah, dude, moon's about to be gonzo.
It's time already?
Dude, the space shit owns. I can actually see the craters through this thing.
Ooh, let me see.
Whoa, you can see from here. There's just a little sliver.
Kinda makes me feel sick. Like knowing it's really out there and we're here, small and alone.
And it's gone.
Complete darkness enveloped the group. The humid air clung heavy as wet gowns around them. The moon had vanished behind the shadow of the planet, and even the insects, birds, and Nadia's headphones hushed their songs in reverent silence.
Gosh, I forgot how dark it can get out in the country.
You basically live in a farmhouse, dude. You're in the country all the time.
It's just, I'm in my room a lot, I guess. I don't get out to see the stars that much.
I see the Taco Bell drive-thru more often than the stars.
Fuck, now I'm hungry.
The gloom that surrounded them did not relent, even long past when the shadow should have given way back to the gentle glow of reflected light.
It should be back by now.
Give it a sec.
And where are the constellations?
The sky is like a black curtain.
Probably clouds.
No, it was clear when we got here.
Uh-oh. You think the moon's broken? Hey, try taking it out, blowing in it, and putting it back in again.
It was hot before, but the air was growing hotter, and the cool breeze that rustled the nettles and ivies was still. She was slick with perspiration, and the moisture in the air had her struggling to breathe. Her eyes darted in every direction, looking for some landmark or image to anchor herself, but she found nothing. In the total blackout, they could be anywhere. A basement, the bottom of the ocean, or they could be nowhere. The great void between blasted stellar remains and dead planets.
It is weird, right?
Hey, Olivia, check that telescope. Do you want to know what's going on? You're the space nerd, right?
There's nothing there.
What do you mean, nothing there?
Well, it's there. We just can't see it, right? Right?
It must be coming. The thing that Scarlet and Violet, Alex and Nadia, saw all those years ago.
No, it can't be.
Olivia knew, but they didn't know, couldn't know, that this would change them.
Oh, hey, there it is.
Finally. Hey, wait, why is there...
That is fucked up.
That these next few hours would be the worst of their lives.
Oh my god, there's another. There are two of them just hanging in the sky. 2 moons.
Hello, everybody. This is your host, Rat, just here to thank the cast and our patrons. So thank you to the cast members of this episode, Cody Heath, Jess Syret, M. Carlson, Tatiana Gefter, Dexter Howard, and Lena Garcia. And to our $10 patrons, Josh, Sam, Percy, Sirius, Danielle, Fortune Chaos, Corbin, Starlight, Glitched Frost, Riley, Nolan, Trash Binary, Joint Effort, Tibbs, and Gads. If you'd like your name in the credits like these fine folks, or if you just want to get next week's episode a week early, go over to patreon.com/somewhereohio and sign up.